Most have heard about Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, and the Jersey Devil. But how many of you have heard of Kappa, Umibōzu, or Ningen? Japan has rich folklore filled with monsters and demons, and it calls these cryptids yokai. Some of these tales are quite disturbing. Many Japanese people believe that yokai are real, just as many Americans believe in the Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot. But what does Japanese folklore say about these creatures? Could they really exist? Well, let's find out.
There's 51 million people entering another
surveillance camera capturing the
unidentified flying
lockdowns and mass testing.
Today, that the world is going to end.
Let's start with a cryptid most of us can easily conceptualize: the Hibigon. Many have described this as the Japanese version of Bigfoot. While the comparison is definitely valid, there are some major differences. The Hibigon have been described as having black fur, while Bigfoot is generally described as brown. In addition, the Hibigon is much shorter than Bigfoot, with a height of around 5 feet. Despite its short stature, the creature is apparently quite chunky. Various individuals who claim to have seen the creature say that it resembles a gorilla. Also known in some circles as the Hibigon, this cryptid lives on Mount Iba. You'll note that this mountain sits within the Hiroshima prefecture, and some believe that the Hibigon is actually some kind of mutated creature that was spawned after the famous nuclear bomb detonated during World War II. But has anyone actually seen the Hibigon? The most convincing sightings occurred during the 1970s and 80s. First, a group of students saw the creature in 1970. Later that summer, a truck driver saw the Hibigon walking on 2 legs across a field. Just days later, it reappeared in front of a startled farmer before dashing back into the forest. Boy Scouts later discovered strange footprints in the snow near Mount Iba, and these tracks didn't seem to come from any known animal. Sightings continued to the point where the local government was forced to set up a department specifically dedicated to investigating the phenomenon. The last known sightings of the creature occurred during the 1980s, near the town of Yamano, and witnesses stated that it seemed to be holding some kind of stone tool. Virtually all of these eyewitnesses described the Hibigon as being extremely ape-like, leading to rumors that it was actually an escaped gorilla from a nearby zoo. Seeing as the Japanese have a strong culture of fishing and seafaring, it would come as no surprise that the island nation has all kinds of stories of sea monsters. Perhaps one of the most notable sea cryptids in Japanese lore is the Umbozu, otherwise known as the Sea Priest. Over the years, this strange entity has appeared before Japanese sailors on multiple occasions. The creatures are usually quite large, and they tend to appear completely out of the blue. If sailors are unlucky, the Umibōzu sinks their ship and leaves them to drown. The exact appearance of the creature is unknown, as it is apparently capable of shape-shifting. That being said, many witnesses report it as a dark, giant head emerging from the water. It is called the Sea Priest because its strange head resembles a bald Buddhist monk. Ancient sightings are wrapped up in Japanese folklore, but more recent accounts are far more convincing. In 1971, a fishing boat off the coast of Onagawa was allegedly attacked by an Umibōzu. Sailors reported seeing a large creature emerge from the water. The creature cut their fishing line and was about to attack the ship, but for unknown reasons, it retreated when the sailors manned their harpoons. Another group of fishermen describe it as being totally unlike any other sea creature, and much, much larger. Some say that Umibōzu is completely made out of water. Others say that it is actually some kind of strange sea organism, such as the infamous black carpet or black goo, described by deep-sea divers. Still others simply say that the Umibōzu are simply whales, squid, or even rogue waves. Ningen are a strange humanoid life form that reportedly resides in the Arctic. Sightings have been fairly frequent since the 1960s, and eyewitnesses on whale research ships have spotted these creatures on a regular basis. Ninjin is actually just another word for human, and these cryptids apparently look very similar to us. Most eyewitnesses describe them as being white in color with skin that roughly resembles that of a beluga whale, and they swim in the Arctic Ocean. While no solid evidence of these creatures exist, various photographs have been taken. It is reported that the Japanese government is fully aware of the reports delivered by its research vessels, but does not want to draw too much attention to them. In 2010, one of these research companies took matters into their own hand and published a YouTube video that allegedly depicted a Ninjin. Another video followed, leading many to believe the Ninjin were real. Perhaps one of the best known Japanese cryptids is the Kappa. These strange, reptilian creatures are said to live in the rivers of Japan. Although their skin is green and scaly, they have ape-like faces and bird-like beaks. According to ancient folklore, Kappa also have a strange indentation on their head that holds water, and if this water spills, they lose all of their power. But has anyone actually seen a Kappa? Yes, in fact, thousands of sightings have been reported since ancient times. These sightings have continued well into the modern era, and certain areas, like the Kappa-buchi in the city of Tono, are known to be Kappa hotspots. So if Kappas are real, then what exactly are they? Some believe that they are simply a Japanese giant salamander, or a rare type of turtle that has not yet been discovered. But others insist that the Kappa is a legitimate cryptid with hard evidence in the form of mummified remains. There are many other yokai in Japanese folklore, and we have provided only a brief glimpse into the strange world of cryptids. Could any of these creatures be real? Who knows? But one thing's for sure. Many Japanese people are convinced that their island is home to all kinds of oddities.